Hey Canucks fans, welcome to the Line Change, and we have some breaking news this morning. But before we dive into that real quick, I want to give a shout out and thank you to my sponsor, Gas Check Art, maker of this fine artwork you see behind me. And you guys can get yourselves some of this fine artwork yourself by checking him out at gascheckart.com. There's a link to his website in the description down below. Now, we have an injury update when it pertains to Chytil and Chytil Lekkerimaki. There's been no updates on Teddy Blueger, but hopefully later in the day we will know what's going on with Teddy Blueger. But so far, all we've heard about is Chytil and Chytil Lekkerimaki. But here's what we have on Chytil, posted by Sportsnet this morning, as well as tweeted by the Canucks over on X. There were also a couple call-ups that we'll also go over. But let's go ahead and dive right into the update on Chytil and Chytil Lekkerimaki. The Vancouver Canucks' depth is about to be tested. Forwards Chytil and Chytil Lekkerimaki were placed on injured reserve, the team announced on Monday. So they have placed Chytil and Lekkerimaki on injured reserve, which is never a good thing, but it is retroactive to yesterday's game. So, meanwhile, defenseman Victor Mancini was assigned to AHL. Was heard while forward Joseph Lebate and defenseman Jimmy Schultz were recalled from the farm team. Now, obviously, I understand the reasoning behind calling up Joseph Lebate. I'm not too sure why they called up this defenseman, Jimmy Schultz, and then sent Victor Mancini down. Perhaps it was a cap move to adjust to the cap, and just so they weren't over the cap. Nils Höglander, who has yet to play a game this season, was transferred to long-term injured reserve, retroactive to October 7th. Now, obviously, we know Höglander is scheduled to be out, 6 to 10 weeks or so. We're not expecting Höglander back until about somewhere in around December. So this makes sense to put him on LTIR. Both Chytil and Lekkerimaki were injured during the team's 4-3 win over the Washington Capitals on Sunday. Chytil exited after an open ice hit from Tom Wilson, who is not expected to face discipline for the play. That was announced by Elliot Friedman late last night, while Lekkerimaki left after taking a hard hit against the boards. The injuries represent the latest blow to a Vancouver team that was forced to play that game without Brock Boeser, who was absent for personal reasons. And while Adam Foote did say they were not expecting Boeser to be out long, they didn't also give us a time frame as to how long Boeser might be out, especially now with Chytil Lekkerimaki being on the IR as well as Chytil. Chytil, who had to be helped off by trainers, had gotten off to a solid start in his first full season with the Canucks, tallying 3 goals in the team's first 5 games. He was part of the trade last season that sent JT Miller to the New York Rangers. However, he has a history of head injuries and missed the end of the 24-25 season after suffering a concussion. In March, he played only 10 games in the 23-24 season with the Rangers before sustaining a concussion in November. Lekkerimaki, 21 years old, has 1 goal in 4 games after breaking training camp with the team. The 22 first-round pick made his NHL debut last season, recording 6 points, 3 goals, 3 assists, and 24 contests. The exact nature of his injury is unclear, so we will stay tuned to hear more about that injury if more comes out in regards to Chytil Lekkerimaki. Mancini, 23, came along with Chytil in the Miller trade in 20 games as a Canuck. He has 1 goal and 2 assists. Lebate, 32, made his NHL debut with the Canucks during the 2016-2017 season, failing to record a point in 13 games. He then spent 8 seasons out of the league before returning last season with the Columbus Blue Jackets, where he notched his first point in assist over 6 games. Schultz, 30, has appeared in 9 career games prior to this season with the Vegas Golden Knights and the San Jose Sharks. The Canucks continue their road trip with stops in Pittsburgh tomorrow on Tuesday and Nashville on Thursday before returning home to host the Montreal Canadiens on Saturday. So that is the update in regards to Chytil Lekkerimaki and Chytil. Both are going on the IR retroactive to October 19th, as in yesterday. And then the Vancouver Canucks have called up Joseph Labate as well as Jimmy Schultz to the big club, and they have also sent down Victor Mancini. Again, I don't really understand the reasoning behind sending down Mancini and then calling up a separate defenseman. Again, it may have to do with the cap, perhaps. Now, I haven't actually looked at the cap and what the Canucks are at, but perhaps it was a cap management move, and that's why they had to send Mancini down. Or perhaps they wanted to bolster up the Abbotsford lineup by sending Mancini back down. But at the end of the day, this is not looking good for the Vancouver Canucks. With Chytil and Lekkerimaki going to the injured reserve, we still don't know how long either will be out or how serious this is. But obviously, with someone like Chytil going on the IR is never a good thing. Same thing with Lekkerimaki. It could potentially be long term. I mean, not long term, but long to mid term, I guess you could say, when it comes to their injuries. But of course, if we hear anything new, I'll be sure to let you guys know right here on the line change. And some bad injury updates for the Vancouver Canucks. Not looking good for this road trip. It's going to be tough. And, hopefully, fingers crossed that this is not another concussion for Chytil. Perhaps we may learn more later today or maybe even tomorrow prior to the game against Pittsburgh. But that is the injury update for Chytil and Chytil Lekkerimaki. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. Do you guys think this might hurt the Canucks' road trip that they have been perfect on so far? They have, of course, won 3 straight and are looking to continue that momentum heading into Pittsburgh tomorrow. Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on the hit that unfortunately landed Chytil out. Let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, if you guys like this video, be sure to hit that like button. And if you guys want to stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks content, be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a single video. We're all over social media, so you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok. All our social media handles are right there. Feel free to give us a follow on all of our social media platforms. Now, if you prefer an audio version of this podcast, you can find us on both Spotify and Apple Podcasts. On Spotify, feel free to give us a follow, as well as rate and review us. It is greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel as well. But that's going to do it for this big bad injury update for the Vancouver Canucks. As always, let's go Canucks, and I'll see you guys in the next video.